A mother in Ohio set up a baby monitor to watch over her sleeping toddler. At 3:14 a.m., the motion sensor triggered, but the child hadn't moved. What the infrared camera recorded standing silently at the foot of the crib left her too terrified to ever sleep in that house again. Let's watch the footage.
C'est un truc qui a dû tomber, c'est tout. C'est un truc qui a dû tomber. Il n'y a rien, c'est bien.
Ouais, mais ça parle de forêt. Pourquoi ça fait dans ce bruit?
Non, c'est quelque chose qui est tombé, mais... Eh, vas-y!
Sarah had always been a cautious mother. After moving into a rented farmhouse outside of Columbus, Ohio, she immediately installed a baby monitor with night vision capability in her 18-month-old daughter Emma's room. It was a precaution she'd read about in a parenting forum. Nothing more. The house was old, sure, but the landlord had assured her it had been empty for only a few months before she moved in. For the first 3 weeks, everything was completely normal. Then, on a Tuesday night in late November, Sarah's phone buzzed with motion alert at 3:14 a.m. She assumed Emma had rolled over. She almost didn't even open the app, but she did. The infrared feed showed Emma sleeping peacefully on her side, completely still, exactly as she had been. Sarah was about to close the app when she noticed the far corner of the frame. Standing at the foot of the crib, pressed against the wall, was a tall, impossibly thin, dark figure. It had no visible face, no clothing, no features whatsoever. It was simply a mass of darkness that somehow appeared even darker than the unlit room around it. It didn't move. It just stood there, facing the crib. Sarah screamed. The clip was posted to a parenting Facebook group, where it quickly spread to Reddit's r/paranormal, accumulating over 31 million views within a week. Viewers who zoomed into the enhanced footage noted that the figure appeared to have its head tilted downward, seemingly staring directly at the child. Sarah's family moved out 4 days later. To this day, no one has been able to explain what the camera recorded that night. So, what do you think was standing in that corner? Was it a trick of the infrared lens? Or something far more disturbing? Drop your theory in the comments, because this is only the beginning. Two teenagers in Mexico were live streaming on Ongle when their viewers started flooding the chat with the same message. There's someone behind you. The boys looked around. The room was empty, but the camera didn't lie. Let's watch what 40,000 strangers saw that night.
¿Son de España o no?
Mi nombre lo pone ahí, que es mi cuarto, pero...
¿Son de España o no? ¿De Madrid?
Sí. Sí.
Sí, yo que ustedes no lo
Pero puedes gastar la IP.
crean.
¿Tienes nuestra IP? ¿Eres de esos que buscan la IP y esas cosas?
It was a completely ordinary evening for two teenage boys in Mexico City. They had set up a laptop, opened Ongle, and were doing what millions of teenagers do, connected with strangers online, laughing, killing time. The room behind them was familiar and comfortable. A bedroom, their bedroom, the safest place in the world. The live stream had been running for about 20 minutes when the chat started to change. At first it was one message, then another, then within the span of about 30 seconds, the chat was flooding. Dozens of strangers all typing the same thing, over and over, with increasing urgency. There's someone behind you.
Pues nada.
Esperar, que ahora vamos a salir de fiesta.
Estoy solo en casa y la...
Sí.
Sí, yo que ustedes no lo
Pero puedes gastar la IP.
crean.
¿Tienes nuestra IP? ¿Eres de esos que buscan la IP y esas cosas? ¿Qué haces?
The boys laughed it off at first. Classic internet prank. Tell someone there's something behind them, watch them spin around, laugh at their reaction. They had probably done it themselves to someone else. They turn around anyway, slowly, still smiling, and scan the room. Empty, completely empty. Just walls, a bed, the familiar geography of a room they had slept in their entire lives. They turned back to the camera and shrugged it off. The chat kept going. It's still there. Don't you see it? Behind your left shoulder. It's right there. What every single person watching that stream could see clearly on their screens was a dark figure standing in the back left corner of the room. Tall, still, partially obscured by shadow, but unmistakably upright, unmistakably present, in a corner that the boys had just looked directly at, never moving, never advancing, just watching the back of their heads while they talked to strangers who were desperately trying to warn them. The stream ended. The boys were never seen on Ongle again after that stream. So tell me, if 40,000 strangers were all telling you to turn around, at what point would you stop laughing?
Abajo, es imposible que se muevan ahora. Nos estaba tirando. Literalmente es el típico.
Se ha quedado pillado.
¿Qué le pasa?
Atrás suyo hay alguien.
¿Cómo que atrás? ¡Me cago en la puta!
Two girls were staying alone in a hotel room, completely relaxed, completely unaware. Their phone camera was recording casually until viewers noticed something in the mirror behind them. A tall, completely black figure, standing still, watching them. The girls never turned around. Let's watch the footage.
How do you the stairs? I felt bad, but no, don't feel bad. It was terrible. Didn't look yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so my sister, she graduates in 2 days, and I asked her the whole weekend off. Here,
In this
the
corner
right corner.
or in that corner?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so my sister, she graduates. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so my sister, she graduates.
Two young women were staying overnight in a hotel room somewhere in South Korea. It was a casual trip. Nothing significant about the location, nothing unusual about the booking, just a standard hotel room with standard furniture. When the footage is watched back, the figure is visible almost immediately to anyone who knows to look at the mirror's reflection rather than the girls in the foreground. Standing in the back left section of the reflection, in a part of the room that should have shown nothing but wall and the edge of the bathroom door, is a figure, completely black, tall, upright, with no discernible facial features, no clothing detail, no visible outline that corresponds to any object in the room. It simply stands there in the mirror's reflection, occupying space that nothing should be occupying, watching the two girls with the complete stillness of something that has been there for a long time and has no intention of being discovered. Whatever was standing in that hotel room that night had chosen the mirror carefully. It was visible in the reflection. It was not visible to the naked eye, as if it understood exactly the limits of its own visibility, and had positioned itself precisely within them. The hotel has never been publicly identified. The girls checked out the following morning and have not returned. So tell me, the next time you walk past a mirror in a hotel room at night, are you going to look at your own reflection, or are you going to check the corners first?
Or in that corner?
The ambulance shadow, an EMT, was alone in the back of an empty ambulance when he noticed something in the mirror that made him freeze. A face, looking back at him from inside the vehicle. He grabbed his phone and hit record. What the camera captured moving through that ambulance has never been explained. Let's watch the footage.
Well, first off, I've been an EMT just for a little bit, and I ain't never experienced nothing like this. So as we driving back to base, I swear I seen a face in the rearview mirror. Like, fuck, I need to turn this engine off though, cause like, we're gonna be stranded out here. Hey, on it. I don't know if you see it, but can y'all see that back door? Like, it just, oh shit. Like it just flew open. Like, can y'all? Oh. Nah, what the? Can y'all see?
An EMT was finishing up a late shift, alone in the back of a parked ambulance. The vehicle was empty, no patient, no partner, just the standard equipment lining the walls and the low hum of the vehicle systems winding down. The kind of quiet that comes at the end of a long night when the adrenaline has faded and exhaustion starts to settle in. He caught something in the mirror, not a reflection of himself, not a shadow cast by the equipment behind him, a face looking directly back at him from somewhere inside the ambulance. Clear enough that he registered it immediately. Clear enough that his body reacted before his mind had fully processed what he was seeing. He grabbed his phone and hit record. What the camera captured in the next 40 seconds has been reviewed by thousands of people across paranormal and emergency services communities, and nobody has produced a satisfactory explanation for what appears in the footage. He grabbed his phone and hit record. Not a reflection of himself, not a shadow cast by the equipment behind him, a face looking directly back at him from somewhere inside the ambulance. Clear enough that he registered it immediately. Clear enough that his body reacted before his mind had fully processed what he was seeing. Whatever moves through those spaces after the shift ends may not always leave when the crew does. The EMT filed no official report. He posted the footage himself. He has not commented publicly on it since. So tell me, if you were alone in that ambulance and you saw that face in the mirror, would you have reached for your phone, or would you have already been running? A child was lying in bed, almost asleep, when a dark figure appeared at the edge of the room. The home security camera captured everything that happened next. In a single violent motion, the child's leg was pulled, hard, away from the bed, toward the figure. Let's watch the footage. A family in a small town in the Philippines had set up a home security camera in their young child's bedroom. Not because anything had happened, simply because they wanted to keep an eye on their son while he slept. Standard parental precaution, the kind of camera that usually records nothing more alarming than a child kicking off their blanket in the middle of the night. The footage from this particular night is anything but standard. The child is in bed, lying still, somewhere between awake and asleep in the way young children settle. Small movements, the occasional shift of position, the gradual surrender to sleep. The room is dark except for the faint ambient light the camera picks up on its night vision setting. Everything is calm. What happens next is what has made this footage deeply disturbing to everyone who has watched it. The child's leg, extended slightly beyond the edge of the blanket, is pulled, hard, violently. In a single sharp motion that snaps the child's body toward the edge of the bed with a force that is entirely inconsistent with a dream movement or a muscle spasm, the child cries out, jolted fully awake, grabbing at the mattress. The figure is gone. The child sits up in bed, looks around the room, and begins to cry. Tell me, if your child's bedroom camera sent you that alert in the middle of the night, would you go back in there alone? Or would you do exactly what that family did and leave?